Good afternoon and welcome to Brunel University London's Biomedical Sciences webinar. Our current student, Dominika, will be talking about life at Brunel as a Biomedical Sciences student. At the end of her presentation, there will be an opportunity to ask Dominika questions. To do this, you should type your question into the panel in front of you and click Submit. You may need to open up your question bar at the right-hand side of your screen. Okay, I now have pleasure in introducing Dominika.
Hello everyone listening and welcome to my webinar. And it is my absolute pleasure to tell you a little bit about my biomedical life here at Brunel. So, who am I? I'm a current level 2 biomed student who's already studying for her upcoming May exams and is just very, very excited for her placement year next year. Besides that, I am the current chair of Brunel Drama Society, a Brunel Music Scholarship student, an inspiring opera singer, and so much more that I will probably end up mentioning later on. But most importantly, I am a girl who was both excited and nervous to start uni and the schools, and one who has grown already so much in the past 2 years, in just so many different ways. So, why did I choose Brunel? To be honest, Brunel was my last of the UCAS choices. I didn't really look at it, and the only reason I selected it at first was because of the genetics. And I didn't really end up paying attention until I got an offer. And then I ended up researching it a bit. I saw the location, so London, not too far away from family, but not too close at the same time. It also had a great music program for non-music students. Another check. So I looked at some pictures, and I was just automatically intrigued. So when I received an offer to come to the applicant day, I very happily accepted. And to be honest, I still remember how sunny and beautiful the campus felt on the day. It was very bright with just loads of green spaces, and I could just very, very easily imagine myself studying in one of the park areas or just hanging out with friends really anywhere on campus. The campus has this really long concourse which runs all the way through, and it just makes every corner of the university very familiar and really allows you to not only meet a lot of people, but just really familiarize yourself with the area, the faces you pass by every day. And just furthermore, I ended up going on the tours around the Heinz-Wolf building, which is the BIOMED building. And it just left me in so much awe of how passionate the lecturers were and just how lovely and family-like the department was. And after that day, I knew that Brunel had to be my #1 choice. So, what is BIOMED like? This course is made of lectures and laboratory practicals, but also a lot of independent study. When you come here for first year, it starts off really kind of easily making sure everyone is on the same level. You learn anatomy and physiology, biology of the cell, but also biochemistry and some extra subjects, such as critical thinking. And though it may feel slow at some points for some students, the course is really, really designed to make sure that everybody gets the best knowledge possible. Assessment-wise, it's mostly coursework, so we get 4 different ones in a year and 3 exams in May. And I know that sounds scary. I know some people prefer coursework, some people prefer exams, but actually I really enjoyed the testing last year, especially the synoptic exam. So for that one, you get the question a week before the exam, and it was just such an amazing opportunity because in real life, you wouldn't be given a question without any resources. But for that one, you get a question and you really get to know the topic, make sure that you have all the information set. So it was just a really good life opportunity. The second year allows for a little bit more flexibility because not only do you have the set modules that everybody has to take, but you also get a choice of 2 out of 4 extra modules. So I chose medical microbiology and analytical biochemistry. I'm very, very happy with my choices. They really help me learn exactly what I wanted to learn this year. And overall, it's just such a lovely course. And as long as you pay attention and really try to get involved, it will really provide you with amazing opportunities, such as placements. So first of all, let me just start by saying how lucky I was over the past summer to receive shadowing experience in one of the labs under one of the doctors who was my teacher last year. We are very, very lucky here at Brunel because our teachers are also researchers, which really allows for an individual experience. Even today, about 2 hours ago, I was sitting in my medical microbiology lecture, and most of it was highly structured on the research done by the teacher and how he found and evaluated the results in the parasite he is actually working on. So you really get this insight into real science on stuff that might not have been published yet. And it's just such an amazing experience. Anyway, the shadowing was absolutely incredible, and it really taught me a lot about the real science and laboratory work. But not only that, but I also still notice how that experience has improved my aseptic and lab techniques, but also increased my passion for biomed. Again, this kind of experience will not be found anywhere. It's something that really is very unique to Brunel, and it allows you to build so many valuable connections and really build your network within the biomedical world. And it's just really, really unique to this uni. Now, the second image with the large letters ABCAM is where I'm actually going on placement next year. So I'm very, very excited for that. And I put a lot of work into getting this placement. A lot of it was helped with the Professional Development Center, which we have here at Brunel, which is absolutely amazing. And I'm just really excited. So next year, I will be producing and checking the quality of antibodies, which I think is really, really cool. But again, it's one of the opportunities that you really receive at Brunel. Just a lot of help, a lot of care from the staff members to make sure that you get the best possible. But Brunel is not all about studying. It is also about the social life and the people you meet. And I managed to do so many amazing things from the past year and a half. And though some of my friendships may have shuffled, the experiences I gained and the things I got to do just made me so very lucky. So for example, I managed to get a chance to go indoor skydiving, which is a picture on the top left corner. But also I get to see a lot of Western shows with my drama society. And because we go as a group, we get those incredible privacies. So for example, the picture on the bottom left corner is when we went to see Lion King. And we were actually sitting in stalls. And even 2 weeks ago, we ended up going to see The Play That Goes Wrong. Again, stall tickets, and I believe we paid 40% the original price. So really, really amazing opportunity, something that you wouldn't be able to do. But I also end up attending a lot of Brunel events, such as the Bonfire Nights display. But I also organize quite a few of my own. So every week, I either help or by myself organize workshops for Brunel Drama Society. Through that, I also got the opportunity to partly direct a play, attend different meetings, and really expand my network within the university. To be honest, societies and people just have been such a huge part of my experience here. Starting from meeting my first friends here in the halls, going to parties, pubs, really trying to take part in Freshers Week organized by the Student Union, and then becoming part of Drama Society and just doing loads of different music activities on campus. Brunel not only gives you an education, but it also gives you a lot of opportunities to become more as a person, which I definitely have. And lastly, amazing opportunity at Brunel, the Brunel Arts. Becoming a Brunel Arts Scholarship student has just been a really big part of my life here. I received free singing lessons with an amazing teacher who really taught me already so much. But I also get to participate in various concerts, choirs. So for example, the top right picture is from a concert that we did as part of Brunet's. So it's Brunel Female A Cappella Choir. The top left picture is from Curtains, which was the show we did last term. But I also did different concerts, such as the picture on the bottom left corner, which is a group of the Brunel Arts Scholarship students. But the department is just available to anyone, with various choirs, orchestras, but also painting, pottery, photography, and just so much more. It's this little hidden artistic corner of Brunel, which is here to welcome anyone, but especially those music and art students who do not study music and art, such as myself. And that would be all about me. And I would just like to add one piece of advice to all those listening. Hopefully you will come to Brunel, but whether you do or not, really try to get involved in your university life. Buy a doorstop. The first thing you buy, the first thing you do when you move into the halls, make sure you meet everyone who approaches you. If you're not a fan of clubs and parties, attend societies and just various events such as movie nights and anything that student union may be organising. Just really try to use the opportunities presented to you. Thank you for listening. Any questions?
Thank you, Dominika, for sharing that with us. I particularly like your tip about buying a doorstop.
Thank you.
Very good. Okay, well, does anybody have any questions for Dominika? You also work as a student ambassador, don't you, Dominika? Do you want to talk to us a little bit about that?
I can indeed. So being a student ambassador has been one of the opportunities I got to do. So as part of that, I do different open days and applicant days. So if you ever come to Brunel for BIOMED, you will probably end up meeting me. But I also got to do things like this, Snapchat takeovers, and really just get to know so many amazing people who might be coming to Brunel, but also who already work here. The opportunity that I got for the shadowing experience in the summer was actually partly gained through my work as student ambassador, because it really took me out of my shell, really allowed me to approach Dr. Rudolph and really ask him if that opportunity would be available. So definitely recommend everyone to become a student ambassador, because it's just such an amazing opportunity.
Brilliant, thanks, Dominika. You certainly seem to have made the most of all the opportunities at Brunel, even outside your study as well. Okay, we've got a question through. So this question is it easy or quick to get into London, and is it often that people go into London at night or over the weekends?
So it is quite easy. So all you have to do is take a bus or walk into Uxbridge, and from Uxbridge station take the Metropolitan or Piccadilly, but mostly Metropolitan line into Central. It takes between 40 and 50 minutes, so it's a little bit of a journey. However, it is close enough and cheap enough to go at any point, really. And people do go out. Myself, I often, if I do go into Central at night, I go to see a show, but I know loads of people who go to different clubs and really have an amazing social life in Central London while studying and living in Brunel.
You get the best of both worlds here, I think, don't you, really?
You really do.
Everything on campus as well as the nightlife at London as well. So.
But not only do people go into Central, but we also have a club and a pub on campus. So there's loads of different things happening. There's karaoke on Tuesdays in Locust, which is a pub, but there's also Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, and I think Saturday evening parties at the club. So there's really anything that you might want, as well as different events. So I know Sunday is organising open mic evenings where you can perform. I know one of my friends was actually dancing for it as well. So there's just anything that you might want at Brunel. Plus the student union is quite amazing, and if you think of an event that you would like to happen, you can always approach them, or you can run for elections and actually be part of it yourself and organise it.
Thank you. I've now got a question through about the course. How much is the practical element of the course?
So for the practical element, we get a practical each term per module. So for every module, you would have 2 practicals, and they're usually a whole day thing. You get your own lab coat, which was a very exciting thing. And they start off very easily, teaching you micropipetting, serial dilutions, all the very basic skills that you would need as a biomed student. And then later on, you get into those more exciting things like PCR and gel electrophoresis, and the things that you actually learn even in 6th form, and you actually get to do them. Second year kind of expands on that as well, so we get to do more complicated gel electrophoresis, we get to do qPCR and loads of different things as well. It's just very, very exciting. It's probably the highlight of my biomed life, just going into lab.
Thank you. Okay, the next question is, are there many biomedical resources available in the library to supplement your learning?
Yes, there are. We get quite a few biomedical resources. So all the textbooks that are recommended by the lecturers are available, as well as loads of different stuff. The library itself also has a lot of online resources. So not only can you access the textbooks online, most of them at least, but you can also search for different articles, research papers, anything that you might need for your coursework, for your studies. So it's definitely a lot of amazing resources that are available for free at Brunel.
Any further questions from anyone? Okay, just to go over, just if you wanted to ask a question, you just type your question into the panel in front of you and then click submit. Okay, well that seems to be the end of the questions. So thank you for attending our webinar. Hope you found it interesting and informative, and we hope that we'll be seeing you at Brunel soon. If you haven't attended one of our experience days, there is one taking place on Friday the 13th of April. So to register this, you need to go to www.brunel.ac.uk and click on Experience What It's Like to Be at Brunel, and that's how you register. Okay, so this is now the end of our webinar, but a recorded version will be available on the Brunel website shortly. Goodbye, and thanks for attending.